Right, boys. Welcome to Santiago Carnival. If you can hear me, the raucous din. We're gonna do some shit today. I don't even really, I don't know how this is gonna play out at all. But here we are in the Dominican Carnival, Santiago de los Caballeros. So, if you had a shitty Valentine's Day, boys, if you're aboard, I would say incel, but if you're approaching middle age, if you're in your 30s and 40s and you haven't sorted this shit out, well, I'm not sure even how much advice I can give on this live. I don't even know if you can hear me, to be quite honest. Just let me know if you can hear me. But I just wanted to show you a bit of a lifestyle thing. So are you trapped in grey, drizzly Europe right now, where you don't have too many options on a Sunday afternoon in mid-February. Maybe that's why they put Valentines on to begin with. So yeah, I just wanted to show you boys some footage from the carnival. So this is very much a lifestyle thing. If you can hear me, let me know. It's ferociously loud here. I can barely hear myself shouting, genuinely. So yeah, this is the carnival, boys. Let's get a little bit closer. Let's get a little bit closer into the action. It's a bit far away right now. Yes. Some guy just hit me on the arse with I don't even know what it was. It was like a table tennis racket. I don't know. You can hear me. Good, fine. So yeah, I'll walk and talk a little bit. I think we will do some approaches, to be fair. Fucking loud as shit here, boys. Let's get a little bit closer as well so you can just check out some of the babes. A little bit out at the moment. So we've got the parade here. Native looking girls in the parade. So boys, how was your Valentine's Day yesterday? Fucking hell. How was your Valentine's Day? Any action? Did you go wish some nice ladies a happy Valentine's Day? So we had a great live yesterday, if you caught that. And this is fucking awesome. boys, a lot of sexy girls in the carnival here. I mean, I'm going to get a little bit further out. There's obviously a lot of sexy girls in the carnival here. Like a lot of things these days, the trans always manage to find a way into the whole thing, don't they? There's a lot of extravagant trannies in this parade. Interesting times. We've got the volume is overpowering, boys. Absolutely overpowering. So yeah, how was your Valentine's Day, guys? Did you get a good Valentine's Day vibe in? Let's go say hello to these girls here. Permiso, hola, permiso. ¿Quieres aparecer en mi live? Te conozco. Ah, ¿queréis aparecer en mi live un segundo? Estamos haciendo un live a Europa, a Inglaterra, sobre la carnaval. ¿Queréis saludar? Me quería mostrar la belleza dominicana aquí. ¿Sí? Guys, we're going to introduce you to some beautiful Dominican girls. ¿Hablas inglés? ¿No? ¿Un poquito? Eres de aquí, de Santiago. Ah, ok. Wow. ¿Y son todas tan bonitas como vosotras? ¿Aquí? ¿Sí? ¿Las más bonitas en el país aquí? ¿Tú crees? Sí. Bueno, no. Yeah, so, just a little bit fucking hell. I don't even know what that was. Anyway. Lunacy. No me ataques. Yeah. If you're feeling a bit introverted, boys, get yourself to a fucking carnival. If you're feeling a little bit in your head, go to a carnival. That's the solution. Find one. We've got Brazil, we've got Santiago. It's all going on. I might walk a little bit off camera and then come back in. Better to be bald than single. Yeah, good. Now, I'll walk away a little bit, we'll walk and talk, and then I'll come back into the action. So, welcome to the Sunday Live, people. Welcome. We'll walk a little bit further down away from the main parade here. This will give us a bit of distance. So, if you are a generally attractive guy who's got his shit together, you've got a decent job, you look good, you've got a future, you've got prospects, you've got good social skills, you've got some experience, you've had some girlfriends in the past, and you are looking around at the modern dating landscape, and you've maybe recently become single, or you've been single for a while. You're looking at the apps, you're looking at the total decline and decimation of nightlife, and it is, in the UK, it's been destroyed. It was on the way down before COVID. COVID destroyed the majority of what was left. And you as a guy, you're left scratching your fucking head, going, well, obviously I need to get a girlfriend, eventually I need to reproduce. What the living fuck am I gonna do? Yeah? Like, it's all collapsing around me. It's all fucking collapsing. Has anybody noticed this, guys? The most fundamental, basic, straightforward things that our grandparents used to be able to do, such as find a chick to procreate with, own a home, have friends, it's all fucking collapsing around everybody, yeah? Anybody else noticed, yeah? The skies are falling, boys. The streets are burning. And this is the last helicopter out of Vietnam. The boys who make it out now, that's it, dude. There's gonna be nothing left on the current trajectory, right? You guys are in the West, Western Europe. It's a dogfight, man. It's a dogfight you're in now, yeah? And the worst part is no one even, you all sense it, you all feel it in your bones. You walk out into the streets. I don't need to tell you what's going on. You all know what's going on. And you look at your options, you look at the women, you're going, what the fuck is going on? The green-haired feminists have taken over. Or have they? Or have they? Yeah? But you look at the status of society, and you look at objectively attractive men, seemingly now bereft of options. I mean, and this, by the way, was the case. This was why I got into nightlife. I was a club promoter for 4 years. I had a kind of a big, let's call it wreckhead phase, but I didn't really drink, which is weird, but I had a big partying phase for a while. And then I got into becoming a club promoter. Because I realized, I was like, it doesn't, my credentials don't matter. They don't matter in this game. They don't matter in this game. It's a sad realization, to be honest, but it's just a realization you come to. Like, I remember being in a club, I was 24, and I'd been working solidly since I was, very, very solidly since I was 16. I actually started work at 16, as well as studying. And yeah, I was playing for Hull City youth team, so I was on a youth contract there. So that's technically work. I was working, and I was also studying at the same time. So I had a very, very focused life. I had a girlfriend and stuff, but I was on this track to try to become a professional footballer. Anyway, that didn't work out, as it doesn't work out for most guys, just because it's a pyramid. You get so far up the pyramid, there are fewer and fewer spots. And eventually, I got to a point, I got released from my contract at Hull. I looked around, I thought, hey, there are guys who I think are better than me who just got released. So what the fuck? Like, I am gonna now look at academics. I'm gonna go now focus on my studies. So I did that. Focused on the studies, you know, go and get an amazing job. Started a business at like 24, I think. Had a business in the south of France, in Monaco, at 24. Like, quite an aggressive trajectory, right? The guy says, the first job I got, the guy says to me, it's Thursday, can you be here on Saturday? And it's like, it's in, could you get to Nice airport by Saturday? I was like, yeah, I'm there. As I'm taking that phone call, there's like snow falling down. The whole country is shutting down in this crazy snowfall. So I had to book a flight, go buy a load of clothes in town, and then literally just, I booked a driver, and it took us like 10 hours to get to the airport, and we got the flight on Friday or Saturday, I can't remember. So, yeah, I was kind of like the last helicopter out of Nam as well for that one. And I've got this successful life, man. I've been doing everything I should be doing as a young man, doing everything right. I had a normal social life. Normal, not bad. I wasn't a social recluse, but I wasn't a social assassin like I am now. I was just normal, fun kid, but very, very driven. And I remember realizing it would be about 24, 25. I go to a club, and there's loads of beautiful girls all around me. You know, the sparkly dresses, mini skirts, white girls, Asian girls, the whole lot, right? And I remember going, doing some approaches. I probably did quite a few approaches, to be honest. And I remember specifically one night looking over at a club promoter, and I'm here doing all these approaches. It's really hard work. And I don't think I got anything to show for it that night. I look over at a club promoter, he's my age or maybe even a year or two younger, and he's just like, literally he's got a line of people trying to talk to him, and he's got like the hottest blonde in the place, and he's got, I swear to God, it could just be my memory, I swear to God he had a bag of money as well. I don't even know how that works. I just looked over to him and I thought, there's no way that mentally he is on my level. No, there's just no way. I know he isn't. Maybe I even knew him from back in the day as well. I don't know, but I was like, this guy is not that smart. This is not even a high status job that he's doing. It's a fucking nightclub, right? And I just remember playing the wrong game. I'm doing all this work. I'm doing all the Goody Two Shoes stuff. For what? For what? So I can be on this side of the bar scrounging around for a fucking 6. When I did legitimately see myself as like, for my age, I'm at least an 8. For fuck's sakes, I've like at least I had a fucking business in Monaco and I've played professional football. Like, what else am I supposed to fucking do? I looked pretty decent. And so if any of you guys are out there going, maybe resonating in some way, like you think you've done everything right, you're actually a successful guy, or you're at least striving, you're going in the right direction, when you're seeing fucking nobodies, absolute fucking nobodies with hot girls, and you're scratching your ballsack on Valentine's Day, wanking off into your fucking Christmas cracker. I don't know how that would work, to be fair, but wanking off into your, what did I mean to say there? Your Christmas stocking, right? The Durex has been untouched in the last 3 or 4 months. At a certain point, you have to look at the game that you're playing and go, this ain't the game I'm playing is not the real game. You know what the game I've been taught to play, it's either incomplete or it's not the game at all. So you may find yourself on this life as a successful guy, a guy who's got good looks, a guy who's got social skills, a guy who's intelligent, a guy who's got education, and you tick every single fucking box that you were supposed to tick. And then you go out and you see, you see the fucking Turkish drug dealer's got a fitter girl than you. Yeah, the guy can't even fucking read and he's got a hotter girlfriend. You start to, you're naturally going to start to think, what the fuck is going on? Just to illustrate this again, I was just in Starbucks before I came here, and there's a guy sat next to me. It was hilarious. This guy sat next to me, tattoos all over him, all up his neck, chubby, not in, like, he looked strong, but he didn't look like, he wasn't in shape, but he looked quite strong. And he's got this, like, absolute bad ski with him, total baddie. White girl, quite ghetto white girl, but a white girl. He's a black guy. And this guy's like, she's like going to get him coffee and stuff, like, she queues up, goes to get him his coffee, then brings him his coffee. And he just sits there like, he doesn't even really talk to her, he just grunts at her. Obviously she loves this kind of treatment, right? And, where's the red pill there, man? Where's the red pill with that relationship? Where's his money? Where's his looks? Where's his status? He doesn't have any of the above. He's just, some girls just like the tatted up bad boy. They just fucking do. I would say most, to be honest. As depressing as that is for the guys like me, I don't even really like tattoos. Like, I know I got a fake one the other day, but it's not really my thing. You know, some girls just like that, man. They do. And so yeah, so the whole money look status, man, you're missing a lot of the pie there. You're missing a lot of the pie. So I was forced to confront this at a young age. I'm gonna have to improve my social skills. I'm gonna have to improve my arrogance, my confidence, my entitlement, my sexual confidence, my sexual viciousness, my ability to hunt unapologetically and aggressively. And yeah, that's actually what got me results. All the education, all of the hard work, all the physique, all of that was kind of just, it's kind of a nice to have, but actually it's the kind of thing that makes girls maybe justify or want you as a boyfriend to an extent. But honestly, the honest truth is, with the hottest girls that I dated in my early 30s, I acted like a total psychopath to them. Intentionally. was almost like an experiment, and they just were madly in love with me. So what does that say to you about female nature, man? They love fucking psychopaths, especially the young ones. And even now, the 18-year-old got in the Capitol, I treat her like, it's not even intentional. I just don't ever respond to her messages. Like once every 3 or 4 messages, I'll throw her a breadcrumb. And she'll be posting stuff on her WhatsApp about, I know it's referencing me. It's about like, the man who ignores me, he doesn't know what he's missing, or whatever bullshit they say. What can I say? They respond to this. I did not create women. I'm just merely sharing my experiences. Yeah, if they didn't respond to this, I guess we'd all just go, well, let's all be good boys. Yeah. However, there is a happy medium between the two. There is actually a happy medium between the two. It's where you've got the success, you've got the looks, you've got all of that, but you've also got the other side. You've got the social skills, you've got the confidence, and you've got the just the bold arrogance as well. Men are not arrogant enough. This is what I want to communicate to you boys, especially if you know you've got the look, you know you've got the job. Stop bullying the situation. Women respond to force, mate. The market economy is 5,000 years old at most. Humanity is at least 300,000 years old, yeah? Which means for about 99% of our existence, there was no free trade. There was just rule of the strong, yeah? And rule of the tribe. And we respond to this, and women respond to this as well, right? All money is like, it's just a practical way for us. It's a practical way for you to have a nice home and a nice bed to shag your girlfriend in. But beyond that, they don't even really care how you get your money. But beyond that, it's not really relevant to the mating brain of the female. Look at Jeff Bezos, for example. Bezos is there, like, he's getting cucked out by like Leonardo DiCaprio, who, by the way, does anybody believe this whole DiCaprio story? I'll come back to that in a second. But like, DiCaprio flirts with his wife a little bit, and she's all like excited or whatever, or Keanu Reeves or whoever it was. The guy's the richest man on earth, and the best he can do is a Latina divorcee. I mean, Bezos, if you're watching, mate, I can get you a better girl than you've got. That's a fact, by the way. But the guy needs some training, man. The guy needs some training. And the best he can get is a Latina divorcee with 2 kids. He's the richest man on earth. Does that not tell you something? Does that not give you, like, you're watching all of these red pill retards, yeah, guys online, like psych hacks, never fucking shows an infield, spouting off about women, the red pill guys, all of them, right? The old bald guy, Tay, all these guys, they make some alright points, especially obviously Tay. I actually quite like him, but it's weird, they never show themselves talking to women. They never show that, do they? They never show that. I've already shown more infields on this fucking live at the carnival than all of those guys put together in their entire online careers. Yeah, and now this is spreading this stuff as well. Anyway, yeah. By the way, the whole DiCaprio thing, that is a facade if I've ever seen one. Does anybody believe that you can simply date one hot supermodel after the next for a 1-year period, fuck them for an entire year, have them fall in love with you, leave them, and move on to another one without any emotional or mental turmoil, without a single one of them in 20 years coming out and saying DiCaprio is such a bastard, blah blah blah, just like Ronaldo's ex did, Irina, whatever she's called, when he replaced her. Harsh but true, he just replaced her, and she came out and had a go about him, even though it probably went against her own interest. She's a woman, obviously she's going to do that. Or fucking Shakira, when PK basically replaced her with a younger woman. That's a whole story unto itself. What does she do? She comes out and slags him off. She makes a whole song about it. And yet and this is how women are. This is how women, all basically women are like this, or at least a good portion. And people actually believe that Leonardo DiCaprio scenario is real. that you can just do that and you'll never ever have any negative repercussions. No chick will ever come out and say, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio's shit in bed, he's got fucking chlamydia, he's this, he's that, the other. None of them ever say shit about him. He just leaves them, moves on to someone else younger than them, and they're gone, iced. And we're all supposed to believe this. That's supposed to be fucking real. I don't know how I've got onto him. That is fake as fuck. Feel free to share your comments about what you think's going on there, but that is not fucking real. I'm telling you that now. Even me, I'm not a celebrity even in the slightest, right? And girls have stalked me, they've messaged other girls, ex-girlfriends, girls, even, crazy, this is what they do. They do crazy shit, right? Imagine being famous, where they can go to anybody, sell their story. It's an absurdity. So whatever the fuck is going on there ain't real. It's not real. But anyway, yeah, you've got all these guys online spouting shit, and none of it's actually helping anyone, right? So what is the plan? What is the solution? The solution, boys, is, well, this is my solution anyway. It is a cold approach led lifestyle revolution. It's a cold approach led lifestyle revolution. Okay, it's driven by the engine of cold approach. You need to learn how to do that, because if you currently don't know how to properly approach women proficiently in the street, in the bar, in the mall, anywhere, if you don't know how to do that, you're fucked whatever you do. You need to learn how to do that. I can teach you that in 3 days. Once you get good, you're good to go then all over the world, any territory, any place. As I've proved, panel, it's not an unlimited skill set, but it's a Swiss Army knife skill set. You just need it in your rucksack. Lifestyle revolution. Where does a lifestyle come in? Yeah, we may have to take that chopper, boys, and we may have to take it to a different country. Yeah, you may find if you're especially if in the US, you may just find the girls aren't to your liking. So start taking some trips. Take a trip to Mexico, take a trip to Serbia, take a trip out to Dominican, take a trip to Brazil. Some guys you'll find the girl in your country, but some guys you're going to go to a different country and it's all going to change for you. Yeah, provided you've got the skill. So an international based lifestyle is something that you should be working towards. You want to have that at least as a possibility. And I think now as well, if you're UK or Europe based or America based, I think you still want an eye on the international lifestyle anyway, because we don't know what the fuck's going to happen in the next 10 years. We don't actually know. Yeah, I'm more optimistic now with the current US regime, because they basically run everything in the world. More optimistic with them than I was before, but we don't know what's going to happen. So you might have to evacuate any time. And the last point on lifestyle revolution is getting a setup. So currently most guys have got maybe one of the three, or maybe none of the three. They don't know how to approach, they don't have an international lifestyle, they don't have a setup. Yeah, you need at least, well, ideally you want all three of those things, but you need at least a couple of those. So setup would be, where do you meet attractive women on a week-to-week basis that you can interact with them, plausibly interact with them? That is not daytime approach. Okay, daytime approach is its own thing, right? But where do you meet women on a week-to-week basis? Yeah? And in that arena, is there any way for you to get a little bit of status in that arena? Yeah? Or just affiliate into a group. So I've done it in different ways myself. I had like a wolf pack of guys I used to go out with. That was just, we was a club thing, so I'd affiliate to different scenes, and that was basically how I got all my experiences in my 20s. It was all social. One of them was the Spanish restaurant I used to go to. I just dated the waitresses there. Another one was the Sheffield nightlife scene. One of my friends was he was quite deep in it, VIP stuff and everything. So I'd go and affiliate with him. And then the other was the Latin dance scene, and I would affiliate to that as well. And eventually, I sort of almost combined all three together, started my own promotion. I had the largest Latin music promotion in the north of England for 4 years, and that was an even better step because then I actually had a little bit of status in that scene as well. So I was able to, yeah, just enjoy that a little bit. While many guys my age at that point, their early 30s, they were starting to scratch their heads. I literally felt like I had the keys to the kingdom. I had all the answers because I had my promotion, I had all the contacts. I had like, even my promo girls were fucking smoking. And I didn't, they were just like my wing girls, you know, it's absolutely smoking like 19-year-old promo girls. Yeah, so that was the route that I went down. But you don't have to go down a club route at all. I just find it, clubs are good because the girls are already kind of, it's a bit fake, but the girls are already on the lookout for guys there a little bit. It's very easy to obviously escalate in clubs. And so I liked it. But now you can do things like, I said, like, if you're a gym guy, go and see if you can take a spin class in the gym. Or go to a spin class. Just go to the class with the most chicks. Just go and do it. And then just, you don't want to be the kind of gay guy in the class, but you just go and, you know, you do your thing and you chat to some of the girls in the class. But if you're able to actually take the class, so much the better. Anything you do, if you're able to teach it or you're able to put yourself in a shop window and put on a bit of a spectacle, women flock to that like nobody's business. I've talked about it on the live yesterday. It's a tribal sense. Their vagina is basically evolved in times of tribalism. So whenever they see the head honcho with the feathers on his head at the front with a fucking axe in the air doing some kind of a little dance, they just immediately get wet for that guy. It's just that simple. It's that simple. Go to any concert, go to like a fucking shitty little bar where there's a singer, yeah, who nobody knows, and I guarantee you there'll be 4 girls at the front all just like giggling over him and all this type of stuff. As utterly retarded as that is to us as men, and it is retarded, they just work like that, dude. They just work like that. It's like us seeing a massive pair of tits. Is it slightly retarded? Our dicks start getting hard. Yeah, it's a little bit retarded, but it's evolution. It's evolution. It's a symbol of fertility. The male leader is a symbol that their child will, on a base level, they will have a better life. Their child will survive because they've got some guy who's tribally superior, right? And that's just how it fucking works. That's why fame is such an aphrodisiac. Watch the stuff about the Beatles. Yeah? The Beatles, guys. The alpha, or are they big hench alpha males? Are they combat ready? They're the fucking Beatles. They're skinny little scousers with guitars. And the girls lost their fucking minds. Literally screaming, going completely demented over these guys. Completely, utterly demented. Right? Does it make any sense? Fuck no. It's just how they work. So yeah, you don't need to be an international rock band. You can just you can do it on a micro level. I've even seen like an old guy who used to be a yoga teacher who was the campest guy of all time. A lot of these dance teachers are quite camp, and they get fucking fit girls anyway. So you know, do what you will with that. But yeah, it's a lifestyle revolution, right? It's a lifestyle revolution. I was at a bar last night here in Santiago, rooftop bar, really nice bar, beautiful setup. And I get there, and unfortunately, I'm solo anyway, so I already know this is just, I'm just gonna go for fun. Maybe I'll do a few approaches, but I'm here on my own, so like, there's probably a limit to how much damage I'm gonna be doing here, but let's just see what happens anyway. And I go in, and it's table service only, and I don't have a table. And all the tables are full. So I can't even get one, even on my own. I couldn't even get a table just for myself. So I go, okay, fine. Can I just stand at the bar, just get a drink? The guy's like, yeah. They were very cool with me. And so I'm looking around. I did one approach with a two set of girls. It was more of a social approach, just to chat to them and see what the clubbing scene was like, because they were the only strays that strayed away from the table. But I looked around, and the scene was very much like all the girls dressed up super sexy, like a reggaeton video. The guys kind of the same. They've all got their fucking ridiculous shades on, their fucking chains and everything. But very fun though. Like it wasn't gangster at all. It was just a fun style. It's one of the things I like about nightclubs. People can say it's fake, but that's the whole point. people are like, they're putting on some kind of an image that they aspire to, like whatever that is, you know, sophisticated, cool, sexy, whatever it is, they're dressing themselves up. It's a little bit of a costume. It's a little bit of a break from the mundane fucking uniform, you know, working at the bank. So that's actually half the fun of it. But I was looking around at these tables, and all I thought to myself was, with a minimal level of setup, me and the guys would be having a very easy night here, be relaxing. You know, I could bring guys up here, we could just do a night out, training the guys, we could just do a personal one with some friends. Because, yeah, you need a $50-$60 table, between 4 guys, $15 each. Then you drink, so you probably end up spending $30. But what you've got is, you've got access to all of these women who are all here within arm's distance, and they're in their little groups, and the local guys were not even approaching. You go to clubs and what you realize is most guys don't even approach in clubs. 90%. There is a 10% who do, but there's still 90% who don't. Actually up here in Santiago, most guys don't. So yeah, I didn't see any approaches going on. The only guys even interacting with the women were just the gay guys. And I was just interested because the guys here, a bit like in Serbia, they are spoiled for choice in terms of women right now. Like the caliber is just so fucking high. It's just the caliber of ass is so high, so they don't really care. And they can just casually just go in and out flirting and just relaxing. And all of the pulling was going on there, and it was all set up. It was all set up. So the guys have their social circles, the girls have their social circles. There's intermingling and so on. And that's really how it all works. That's really how it all works. And people have, you know, their girlfriends and relationships and stuff, and that's just kind of how it goes. It's not. We might have an approach here. Hold on, let me just accelerate a little bit. Yeah, that's just kind of how it goes, basically. The guys, they don't even have to be that aggressive if they've got. Oh my god, she's literally just bending over in front. What the fuck, dude? Oh my god. I don't know, man. I don't know. I swear that might actually be a tranny. I'm getting closer. This looks like it might be a tranny. You're fucking joking. I think it might be, you know. Oh my god. You know what? That's a tranny, dude. That's a tranny. I need to get these glasses sorted out. I'm about 40 meters away now. Is it a tranny? I don't know. There's actually, if it is, it's hard to tell. A pink tutu. Fucking hell. So yeah, so those guys just got set up. So in that situation there, all I would have done is just have the table, and it would have been very easy just to go in for some approaches. It's not even, we almost need to do away with the word approach. We actually do, like cold approaches. It's a word, and like, oh, you did an approach. How many approaches did you do? You're just talking to a chick. You're just a guy with a dick talking to a woman with a pussy. That's literally all it is. Yeah. We add structure to it, especially in the street, because the street does take frankly, a much higher level of skill, because it's much more culturally unorthodox. Even in night time, it's not that difficult either. You just need to move things forward, open, chit chat, banter, get the girls' logistics, escalate, and you either try and pull her right there that night, or you get a contact for a different night. No, it's not a tranny, thank God for that. It's just a muscular girl. Okay, well, I'm relieved about that. Jesus Christ. Very muscular. Jesus Christ. The sights that we see. So yeah, so it's a lifestyle revolution, boys. It's a lifestyle revolution, and you know what? Oh God, I just wish you guys could see what was on the other side. That's all I can really say. I somehow knew what was on the other side young, because I did contracts overseas from being 21. My first job overseas, I was 21 in Madrid, Spain. And I never wanted to come back to the UK, but I came back to finish my studies. And So I already knew kind of what was, I already knew what was on the other side. And then explored around Western Europe. I lived in Spain, France, Portugal, Italy. And then eventually started to go further east, man. Started to go out to the Balkans. First went out to Romania, which I absolutely loved. And then North Macedonia, Turkey. That was when I realized, you know, just being like, I used to go to the dance scene, like in Portugal and France and stuff, and meet girls there. I was like, yeah, there is nothing here for me. There's no, I don't think there's a big salsa thing. I went to one salsa thing in Romania and it was total horseshit. So I started to think, right, I'm 37 now, 36, 37. I've had a great personal life so far, but I want to carry on the rampage. What about daytime? And I was in North Macedonia. I tried to do a few daytime sessions. I mean, God, I pushed myself like a maniac into those sessions, pure torture. And I literally would just do like 1 or 2 approaches. And I looked online to find a coach, found a coach, and yeah, arranged basically, called the guy, spoke to him, you know who he is, and sent him the money the same day, went to work with him. Just an amazing decision on my part. Thank you very much. Yeah, when you get people early career, you're literally getting Bitcoin at like 10 cents. You know, it's a great decision on my part. And yeah, I went to book straight away, worked with the guy, and then took it on myself, took on the campaign myself. Did a first year of approach every single fucking weekend in 2 or 3 different countries, UK, Brazil, Dominican Republic, getting my licks. We didn't know as much about the true depth of the art of cold approach back then either, so I was still making mistakes many months, fundamental mistakes, many months into my journey, but I was also getting results as well. And then by the end of the first year, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely good. Like, came back into the UK and was like running the UK on my first day back. Just honestly, it sounds arrogant, but it was. That's what I was doing. I closed on the first, within an hour of landing in London, I already number closed a girl. Got back up to Sheffield. The next day, went out for a walk to get some coffee, closed the girl, had an instant date on that walk. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. Went to Manchester a couple of days later, closed like 4 or 5 girls the first night. I'm like, okay, fine, I can do this now. And then I went back out east, I went back out to the Balkans and plied my trade out there. And I think that was when I realised I'd actually made it, was when I went into North Macedonia and closed 3 girls on the first weekend. Which doesn't sound that hard, but it's fucking hard. Like, in winter as well. So that's, and Bosnia and Serbia and stuff as well, like, they're not as hard, but it's a different vibe. So that's when I realised, like, I was actually good enough. Now I'm here in my 3rd year of daytime approach, and I definitely have hit a wall now. I've definitely hit a wall in terms of motivation. But I still do the approaches anyway, because motivation is not important. What's important is discipline and staying sharp for you boys. So that's been my journey, but the next phase for me is returning to the kind of setup I had pre-cold approach. I've got the skills now, and I can just return to that setup and just have it as a lifestyle, basically. Have it as a lifestyle. And picking out the girl for my children as well. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Boys, any questions? Yeah, good to see people in. What we will do, hey, there's people walking down the street. We might actually be able to do some, we might be able to get in on these. We might be able to get in and chat to some people here, which should be cool. So this is actually like, this is not even like the biggest carnival or anything in this is like the 2nd biggest in the country, this one. But I'll go back up now. And yeah, we can see some stray people here. We might be able to see some beautiful carnival girls. And so yeah, so one of the limits I'm finding now, Santiago is a 2nd city, it's a 2nd tier city. And I'm finding with the approaches that, I used to have this in nightlife as well. Often I'll get a girl's number like the first time, and she wouldn't necessarily respond the first time out. You think, oh Joseph, you're supposed to be this master seducer, and this is where seduction really happens, guys. It happens in it happens in the grey zone. It happens in the grey zone. We're going for the fuck yes, fuck no, but actually where a lot of seduction happens, a lot of the game is in the grey zone. So I would get girls' numbers on the first weekend of a night out, for example, and they maybe wouldn't message me back. And then I'd see them again the next week, and it'd be a bit more flirty. And then I'd see them a couple of weeks later, and message them, and then they actually would get back to me. And then I end up going to meet them for something, to go watch a sport. I remember going to meet a girl from Seville, very withdrawn Christian girl from Seville, but absolutely fucking gorgeous. Black eyes, like white skin, but black eyes, dark black hair. Had a picture of the Virgin Mary next to her fucking bed. Oh my God. I won't say her name, but her name was highly religious. It wasn't Maria, it was even more religious than Maria. And yeah, she was obviously she was reluctant, she was withdrawn. She was a PhD student, 26-year-old PhD student. Micro nanobiology or something, like biological robots. And yeah, she was not at all like responsive early on, but we end up going out because I just crossed paths with her many times, and she was worth it. She was worth it. It's not like she was making my life difficult because she was a bitch. She was just withdrawn herself. It wasn't about me. And she was a lovely girl once she opened up more. And actually, basically the reason I separated, I didn't really want to break up with her, but the reason I did was because I was like, this girl is so serious about life. And I was 27 at the time. I still, realistically, I had no fucking clue what I was even doing. I was doing my best, but like, I didn't really know what the fuck was going on. So weirdly, I wasn't ready to actually move things forward with her from a career point of view. My career wasn't where I wanted it to be. Through lack of, just through ignorance on my part, actually. And so, yeah, my point here is that so-called game where you're like, yeah, you pull the girl the first night, yeah, pull her back, ooh, yeah, nice one. But that girl there, I would say virtually impossible to pull. Like, maybe there's a supermodel out there who is super charismatic and somehow psychic, can sense what the girl's sensing every second. This amazing sensual hunk. Yeah, maybe he can fucking do it. That's not me. I can't do that. Yeah? Maybe on the dance floor I can. That's the closest I can get is on the dance floor, where I feel like I can read the woman easily. But I just don't. I think she had sex once before. She was 26, so the chance of you banging her on night one is pretty remote. I was also an outsider as well. All the other guys going in for her, they were guys from her social group, right? So, yeah. Fortunately, I had a crew, so I was. You don't realise how important it is to have a crew. You don't realise how important it is. There's just too much of the solo warrior. The stupidest thing on the internet, I ranted about this yesterday, the stupidest thing on the internet is the Sigma male. Fuck off. There is, all a Sigma male is just a cool guy who doesn't have a gang. Yeah, but that's alright, fine. I've actually been that figure for a few years when I've been a remote worker, but it's not good. It's a situation like I'm looking to, well, I am in the process of rectifying. I'm building my international brotherhood, Bratva, and I'm also developing contacts in Dominican Republic and the Balkans, so I can live in the countries I actually like year round. And so, yeah, not having a gang is not the place to be. It's the most, I honestly think now, the more I reflect, the more I think it's the most important thing in your life, your gang. Yeah? You can have all the seduction skills you want. Your girl's gonna sense it if you don't have any fucking friends. You don't have anyone, you know, you mentioned to her, my friend did this, you're gonna just be a weird, creep from like 2001 day game shit. Like, that's not where it is. And in the modern world, man, you need your band of brothers alongside you. And so with that girl, I had a crew, and so I could invite her into stuff. And we kind of had this amazing thing for a while. It was about 5-6 months. And it was a painful end, man. It was a painful fucking end. I cried for like, I remember breaking up with her. I went home, just fucking cried, like, so depressing. It is what it fucking is, man. Yeah, by the way, like, this whole stoic male thing, I'm sorry, if you don't have a romantic pair bonding attachment to women you spend a long time with, especially when you're a younger guy, there's something fucking wrong with you. It does get more easy as you get older because you become a bit more detached, a little bit more, not completely though. You should never be completely detached either. But when there's a girl you've been in love with for months and it's got to end, you should be fucking crying, dude. Just go home, fucking cry for a day, lie on your bed. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, if you want to respond like a man, you have to feel like a man as well. Yeah, normal behavior. Okay, you shouldn't be crying about a girl. You shouldn't be crying about a girl you went on one date with. Yeah, but a girl you spent half a year, 2-3 years with. Absolutely fucking normal. Absolutely fucking normal. So yeah, that was the importance of the social group, the crew, and the setup. So we want you with approach skills, we want you with a crew, and we want you with a setup. Yeah, you got all three of those things, you'll be good to go. You'll be good to go. And because society is so fucking horrendous these days, grotesque over-centralization of all of the essential functions of life, what it basically means is those little micro brotherhoods that used to run everything, that still exist in countries like this in Serbia, although for how long will it remain to be seen as the countries get richer. You need to go out and form them yourself. You need to form them yourself. That's what I'm doing now. So, yeah. And then you get to play on easy modes. Do you want to play on hard mode your whole fucking life? Do you want to do daytime approach your whole fucking life on your own? I've done it on my own for longer than even guys who do this. I would say I'm for sure in the top 5% of guys who've literally ever done daytime approach in terms of volume that I've done. There are guys who've done the same and more than me in daytime, but I know them personally. It's a very, very rare person. And it becomes unsustainable. I don't give a fuck who you are. You need to affiliate to a brotherhood eventually. For me now, I'm 40 years old. I want to actually introduce this concept to people, show them what it's like to actually live it, maybe bring them out here, bring them out to Serbia, and show them that this is a direction you want to move your life in. And you just kind of, if you allow these opportunities, like also being open to invitations other people make to you. It's not just, it doesn't all have to be driven by you. It's almost like you just channel it through you. That's the best way I can say it happens. You're literally channeling these opportunities through you. And the right people, they do kind of show up actually. Once you start to be more open to it, the right people will tend to show up. And you just gotta, take advantage of that when they do. Yeah, I had it out here in the DR because I'm into the old cold approach. When my Italian friends approached me in the gym, I was like, brilliant, thank you, mate. You're just a new friend that I didn't have to approach. I didn't have to do the legwork here, so thank you, we can hang out. Is it okay to cry in front of a girl? Only in circumstances where you can, such as death. That's actually a really good question. You don't need permission to cry, but it depends on what the scenario is. in my view, like for me, things that make me cry would be, yeah, death or a breakup. And even like with a breakup, I might cry a bit with the girl. Probably just go home and cry on my own. That's personally what I would do. Well, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, if it's things like, as a grown man, you're not going to be crying over that much, to be honest. Like, you know, I've witnessed guys like suffering literally catastrophic injuries right in front of my eyes. Like, I won't go into it because it's horrible. And they didn't cry. They were literally in like anaphylactic shock, and they didn't even cry. So, I would say, as a grown man, if you are going to cry, surely it already is something serious, right? So why is it a big deal if a girl sees that? Yeah? Women do need beating down though on some of these things. Like, I've seen things like, I actually saw this with my I've seen this like in my own family, where like before you even speak to him, yeah? Before you even speak to him, yeah? But I mean, it's not like, well, yeah, it was like my old man mostly abused my mum. That was the relationship. But then, like, the second he was weak, she started abusing him. So totally fucked, right? So this is why I really have focused on male-female. This is why I really have focused on male-female dynamics. Had to go deep into history, like what worked.